Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sober Jable. I am Joshua Abel. If you are liking these videos, if you're getting value out of them, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, and you'll get notified each time I create a video. Also, give me thumbs up on the videos that you like and comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. So today is Labor Day. It's an absolutely beautiful day out. I don't even see a cloud in the sky. The sun is shining. It's brilliant out. Now, I had to work last night. We'll just leave it at, it was another typical day at work. So hopefully something comes up pretty soon that I can move along and get out of there. Now, my sister is having a little bit of trouble, well, not even a little bit, a lot of bit of trouble with her septic pipes. All of a sudden the toilets will start bubbling and they'll start gurgling. And poor Callie is in potty training mode. So I can only imagine, her training and, this toilet starting to gurgle. I mean, I would think that I was about to get sucked down into the toilet. So they need to get that taken care of. Hopefully it's not as bad of a job as we're thinking it's going to be. But she's been trying to contact plumbers just to get someone out here for, an estimate to figure out what the problem is and how much it's going to cost. And just to get, just to get someone to answer the phone is near impossible. And I'm finding that out about this area. People are lazy, they don't want to do anything, and they're rude. I've never come across such rude people in all my life. And, I've lived in LA, I've lived in Atlanta, I've traveled around and lived in different places, and I've never experienced such inhospitality in my life. And we're in the South. I mean, the South is supposed to be known for, being hospitable and welcoming and nice, but I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me. I don't understand it. But what are you going to do? I mean, you can't change other people. You can only change how you react to it and how you are yourself. So I'm still working on that. Now, yesterday I kind of gave I was teaching myself a lesson on how to be more fulfilled, and there were a couple of things that I went over. In the video, I was watching it back, and it was kind of haphazard and kind of nonsensical at times. So today, I am going to take a deeper dive into that. I am actually I'm a visual person, and so I'm going to create a chart of, the problem areas that I'm having, and a plan and action steps for actually working towards more fulfillment. So follow me on that journey if you'd like, and we'll see where it goes. All right, I'm sitting on the floor in the bedroom, and I have this piece of poster board left over from when I did the ESL interview online. I created that little poster for a background piece so that it could look a little more educational. It's definitely not much, and when I actually get into the ESL job, then I'll need to add a little more, maybe a map and things like that. But I'm going to use this poster board to chart out my path to fulfillment. I'm going to label each category, identify the problem, and then create a plan to help alleviate some of the problems. So let's see how this goes. It'll change over time. Things will be added, things will be subtracted, but this will be a bones structure of of what I can do. That way I can actually visualize and I can see every day, the little things that I can do to help improve my sanity, for one, and my self-worth, and actually be able to track some progress along the lines or along the way. So let's dive in and see where this goes.
All right, so this might get, sorry about the audio. I had to take out my headphones to set up the camera and kind of crouch down here to get into frame. But so the first thing that I need to do is I have to find a new job. I'm absolutely done with the restaurant industry, and at this point I will take almost anything. So what's the problem? The problem is the job. So I'm going to put that down here on my poster board. Job. Now, I've pretty much determined that any job where I have to work for someone else to help them achieve their goals is not going to bring me fulfillment. The most fulfilling job that I've ever had is when I was an entrepreneur and actually pursuing my own passions. But in order to do that, I do need some source of income. So creating a job that actually brings in money that will allow me to refunnel that money into something more creative. So what can I do to actually get a new job? Well, obviously, sending out resumes. So I don't want to do that all day long. That gets so tiresome. So let's just take a small portion of each day that I can set aside to where I am sending out resumes. Because sometimes I have to fill out a whole application, other times I can just submit a resume. I'm not going to put a number down, but a period of time. So let's focus 1 hour a day on sending out resumes and filling out applications. All right, so I've identified the problem, I've created a plan for that problem. And even if it takes a couple more weeks for something to come along, at least I know that I am taking actionable steps within this plan to improve the job situation. So that could be Indeed, that could be LinkedIn, that could be Hot Jobs. There are a number of different sources that give available jobs. The next category is finances. Everything that I have coming in is going out towards bills. So we'll just call that money. And that'll be a new category. That is definitely a problem that I have. I'm always stressing about money. So I need to increase what I'm bringing in, and I need to pay off some debts. So in the side of increasing what I'm bringing in, I can set aside a small amount for savings, so I can actually see the growth over savings. And I don't want that savings account to be linked to my checking account, because when my checking account gets low, my immediate thought is to dip into savings and pull it over. So let's set up a savings account. And each week, put in 10% of what I earn. That's a pretty minute amount compared to what I earn, but hopefully, as I create more streams of income, that will go up. And that's the next thing, creating more streams of income. How can I do that? So I am doing Etsy. So far, that hasn't brought in anything. So I need to rework how I'm marketing that so that I can bring in more money. I'm fully planning on monetizing these videos at some point once I'm able to. So, videos. And I'm going to I would like to start consulting again on marketing and things like that. So these are side hustles that I would like to do to start generating more income over whatever job I get brings in. What else? Oh, debt. So I have a lot of debt with student loans, with fines, with people I owe money to, with regular monthly bills and things like that. So starting to chip away at some of the debt will alleviate some of the stress that I have and help me work towards better fulfillment. So I'm not going to list all of my debt here. I'm going to create a different spreadsheet so that I can manage all of that, so that I can visualize what I owe and how I can easily and slowly chip away at that. So maybe it might be a good idea, instead of throwing everything I have left over towards debt, to, well, no, because I want to get that paid off. That's a huge stressor. So I'm going to focus, what I need to do is I need to prioritize my debts so that I know what will help me become less stressed. So I'm going to pay off the fines first. And what that will allow me to do is get my driver's license back so that I can start saving for a car and develop a larger radius in which I can find a job. And then monthly bills. So monthly bills, they don't really change too much. So I know what I need to to do that. So that should actually be first. And then with whatever I have left over, I can put towards fines. And then once those are paid, then I can jump to credit cards and people I owe money to. And lastly, student loans, because I owe so much in student loans that I know I'm probably, you know what? No, that's negative thinking. I know it's going to take longer to pay those off. And so I'm not going to stress out about that during the short time. Okay, so that will take care of money. What's next? Relationships. Truth be told, I haven't really had friends since I was in college, which is kind of sad. I've never really, outside of college, I've never really formed, a group of friends. So I miss that interaction between people. What can I do to, as an adult, develop solid friendships with people who are like-minded? Well, being sober, an obvious answer would be start going to AA. Now, the meetings around here are pretty scarce. The closest meeting is over in Spartanburg, which is 20 miles away, and they have 4 meetings a day, most of which I'm at work, but there is a 12 o'clock meeting that I could be attending. So I need to look further into that. Getting more active with church, I could do that. Meetups. I haven't really looked about meetups in this area, so maybe I could do that. Meetups for entrepreneurs, for gay people, meetups for, people who are creative, storytellers, video, photography. There's a bunch of different meetups that I could be going to just to get that social interaction. Now, in the relationship front, as in a partner, I don't know. I'll probably put that on the back burner because that is not a number one priority. Yeah, I'd like to be in a relationship, but the last great relationship I had was when I wasn't really looking. So I'm not going to put a lot of energy into that. But, if it happens, cool. And through these other social gatherings, maybe I'll meet someone. Who knows? And here's a big one. Health. So we'll put that down. So with my health, I'm overweight. I'm tired a lot of the times. My bones are aching, my muscles are aching, and it's making me feel bad about myself. So what can I do to help improve my health? And not just physically, but mentally as well. I'm mentally tired a lot of the times. So let's start with meditation. And I am not the person to sit there and go, oh. But just to take 5 minutes a day, and just focus on my breathing and focus on the things around me. Just take in the sounds, the smells, focus on my own thoughts just to process and kind of just step back and let things happen, and observe might help mental stability. Now with the physical, I want to start getting more physically active. So let's set aside a half hour a day. Half hour a day I could go on a walk. I've got a couple of apps that I'm looking at for actual routines. Now, when I was going to the gym and like full force into it, I would go for 2 hours a day. That's a bit much. And the closest gym to me is about an hour away. So there's no way that I'm going to drive an hour to go to the gym, work out for an hour or so, and then come back home. That's just not going to happen. That's unrealistic. And these are things that I can actually do, things that I can actually take steps to do. So we've got meditation, we've got working out. I've noticed I used to be really, really flexible and I loved it, but I have lost a lot of that. So in addition to working out, or even a part of working out, we'll put apps down there. I'd like to start doing yoga, even if it's just once or twice a week as a workout. And there are apps for that and things like that. I can stretch, for God's sake. So we've got meditation, we've got working out, and what else? My eating habits are terrible. Like I mentioned, I come home at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I haven't eaten since noon. And so I'll eat a full meal that late at night. So I need to switch some things around. So I also don't eat breakfast. So I need to start eating at least something in the morning. And I don't want anything big, but maybe a piece of fruit or something like that. Right now, my breakfast consists of coffee and cigarettes. So, small breakfast. And what I would like to do is start preparing meals for during mid-shift. And all of this will probably change once I get my new job, because my hours will change and I'll be able to, eat normally, hopefully. And I eat lunch, so maybe just some snacks for later at night. So what could those be? And let's salads or something like that. Let's see here. I eat, on my way home, I'll stop to get gas, but I'll also stop and get a candy bar. like a Snickers or M&Ms or something like that on the way home. And it's never the small size, it's the king size one. So instead of doing that, maybe I could limit that to once a week instead of every single day. So we're just going to put limit sugar. And probably the biggest one with health, these are all kind of physical. Well, meditation is more mental, but smoking. I've been smoking for over 20 years now, and you might even be able to hear it in the videos. You know, I'll take a deep breath in and I can hear myself wheezing. I also feel like a big contraction in my lungs. Like my lungs feel heavy. So that is definitely something I need to eliminate. Now, I'm not going to be able to do it all at once. I've tried that. I've tried cold turkey. It doesn't work for me because I have a love-hate relationship with cigarettes. I love the way that they make me feel. It forces me to take a deep breath in and calm down and relax. And I've noticed that I smoke a lot more in the morning. When I wake up, I'll sit outside, I'll have a couple of cigarettes with a cup of coffee, and you know, I'll spend an hour and a half just smoking and, you know, listening to podcasts and things like that. So right now I smoke about a pack a day. Let's give myself a timeline on slowly eliminating those out of my life. Because if I just throw them away, I'm going to be thinking about it all the time. But if I just take one away every couple of days, I'll be making a small step towards this goal. And how cool would it be to actually be able to go up a flight of stairs or something without wheezing? You know, when I was in jail, I couldn't smoke. And so at the end of those 30 days, you know, I could breathe, my blood pressure was down. I felt good. But it had such a mental hold on me that was the first thing I did. I went out and I bought a pack of cigarettes. So let's try and consciously remove. What do you think? One a day? That means I would be smoke-free in 21 days. Think I can do it? See, even the thought of it makes me kind of nervous. Let's see. All right, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta commit. So let's do one less a day. Okay. All right, I'm writing it down, so that means I'm committing. Okay. All right. Now, in the past, I would try and do, I would try and do all of this at one time. You know, I would send out resumes and you know, think I had to save everything and try and eliminate all of my debts all at one time and go to all these meetings and work out for 2 hours and you know, eat right and da. I would do all of it at one time. And it never stuck more than, you know, 6 months or so, because I just couldn't handle everything. So I'm going to focus each day. I want to be conscious of at least of one item in each category. I can do that. One item in each category. So if I focus on one item from each category, and start seeing the results, then I will want to adapt more items within that category so that I can ultimately reach being more fulfilled. All right, so I've identified the problems and I've created a plan to help reach fulfillment in those categories. Now's the hard part. Now it's time to take actionable steps to actually bringing this plan to fruition. So I'll keep you updated on how things are going. These videos will hopefully help keep me accountable, and we'll see where it goes. I guess this is kind of a scientific experiment or something, because we have the baseline and the baseline's not working. The baseline is me being overweight and unfulfilled. So we're gonna take small steps and track our progress. I hope you're getting value out of these videos. If you are, make sure to comment down below. Let me know what areas you need work on and what plan you've created and the actionable steps that you're doing to help bring you more fulfillment in those categories. Also, give these videos a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell when you subscribe so that you can get notified of when I create a new video, and I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day.
All right, there it is. My plan to fulfillment. So we have the job, we have money, we have relationship, we have health. Those are problems that are showing face in my life, and there is a plan down below for each category. I have taped it to the wall so I see it every single morning that I wake up. All right, so the journey begins today.